So an interesting twist here. I've never seen this before in this kitchen, that Deborah actually used to be a line cook for Martin.
Will the student outshine the master?
I've had to shuck oysters in previous jobs, and I'm not the fastest at it.
There really is an art to shucking an oyster.
Deborah's just like scraping the oysters out into the bowl. It just hurts me to see. No, they're really delicate. You gotta cut them out, keep their shape.
I absolutely have what it takes to win this competition. I'm really comfortable shucking oysters. I've taught it a bunch of times. I make sure there's no grit or shell or dirt in the oysters.
Sometimes, you know, you get some clunkers.
Yeah.
You get a little sandy bad boy, you know?
I grabbed the food processor and I chopped the nuts up in there. This is gonna go great.
I see the macadamia nuts. I see my competitors thinking, okay, they're doing the sort of basic, simple route. I'm just gonna have fun with this. I puree them and sort of make a spread out of them. But I also make it spicy. I add cayenne, you just kind of go with your gut.
2-minute warning, chefs.
That's it, 2 minutes left. I was like, whoa. I have my base where I'm gonna put the oysters on it. Some romaine lettuce, which I chopped up, mixed with some cilantro, place the oysters.
There's been very little cooking in this round, but it has not alleviated the pressure of feeling as if people might not get all the ingredients on their plates.
1 minute, chefs.
For some reason, I thought that I had a lot more time left. And I'm saying to myself, you gotta get this plate out.
I take salt, put it down as a bed, and make a nice little pile. Put my oysters just so on it. Take my mignonette sauce, put it down on the plate.
30 seconds.
I'm very nervous.
Deborah plating and tasting that salad. She's gotta get going.
Only seconds now to get those plates just the way you want them to be.
I'm panicking, I'm sweating, I'm going crazy.
I realized I don't have my nuts on the plate yet. I knew I was gonna shave them, so I grabbed one of the nuts, I grabbed the microplane.
And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Please step away.
All right.
I feel very confident about my dish. Deborah doing that salad was like, okay, this is something very, very creative, which kind of impressed me.
Arvin, Martin, and I look at our dishes and I see that they're all pretty similar. But I know that my presentation is the best of all.
Chefs, you have arrived at the chopping block, where one of you will be the first chef asked to leave. For the appetizer course, you were given apricots, macadamia nuts, and oysters. Chef Arvin, what'd you come up with?
Fresh shuck oysters with the cardamom and apricot compote.
One of my oysters is well dressed, and the other two don't have much of the compote on it. Did you feel like the time kind of snuck up on you a little bit?
It certainly did, certainly did.
That's an interesting choice, cardamom with the apricot. Have you done that before?
I'm originally from South America, and I have Indian descent, and I've cooked with a lot of those Middle Eastern spices.
It works well.
Thank you.
I like the texture of the macadamia nuts. I would just comment, one of my oysters was not completely detached, so I missed that kind of clean sweep.
Next up, Chef Martin.
I made a Beausoleil oyster with apricot chutney, toasted macadamia nuts.
The presentation is really, really nice.
Thank you.
Chef, what's in your chutney?
Apricots, some shallots, a little bit of red pepper.
Really not a fan of red bell peppers. I have to say, it really works here. I love the organic use of the salt. My only issue is that I did get a little on my mouth when I ate the oysters, and that's just a point where presentation rolls over into potentially ruining the flavor.
Okay.
Chef Deborah.
I made a marinated oyster salad with apricots and arugula, and I used the macadamia nuts as a puree.
I was really worried about if you had enough time to infuse some flavor into those oysters.
Right.
I'm really picking up the sesame oil.
Good.
But my salad is overdressed. You could just see by how shiny it is.
When I was younger, we had to have a big salad on the table, and we would dress it pretty well, and my grandmother would, and all of us would put our bread like right into the bottom.
The macadamia puree, I noticed you put some, was it cayenne or?
In hindsight, I might have just pureed them more simple, make it really like a subtle flavor.
What I was going to say is that I love the cayenne.
Oh, you do? All right.
Finally, Chef Mark.
This is a dish of freshly shucked Beausoleil oysters with a bell pepper and apricot mignonette sauce and a touch of toasted macadamia nut. I wanted to use some nice colors on the plate, so I grabbed different colored bell peppers. I went green, yellow, orange, and red.
These are really beautifully shucked oysters.
Thanks.
Technically speaking, I have to say your dish is virtually flawless.
Thank you.
But I think the peppers just roll into town and take no prisoners. The apricot and the macadamia just don't wind up really getting enough play in the flavor profile that you created.
You're masking all those beautiful products with something that's kind of pedestrian.
You know, if I was going to put this on a menu, I would crank up the apricot for sure.
At this point, any one of you is in danger of becoming the first chef chopped. It's in the judges' hands now.
Nice knife skills, man.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah.
Fantastic, yeah.
I feel pretty confident right now, but you never know.
I didn't know you guys worked together.
Yes, we did, yeah.
We have a chance to find out how well you trained her.
Of course, some people believe that oysters are an aphrodisiac. Did you fall in love with those appetizers?
Well, you know, love is a strong word, and I think it needs a little defining. No, seriously, I really felt that Chef Arvin sort of struggled from that lack of time.
Arvin's dish was unfinished.
You know what, though? I liked the combination of the cardamom and the apricot. I thought technically Mark's dish was beyond reproach. And of a culinary school teacher, that's what I would expect. Mark and Martin both used bell peppers, but Martin's delicate use of the pepper really evoked the flavor of the apricot and the macadamia, and I would say Mark's was overuse of the peppers.
And I like the way that Chef Martin was able to allow all the ingredients to mingle. But it needed chile, it needed some pop.
Deborah, she presented us with something that no one else did, a salad.
Really had a lot of vinaigrette, it drowned the greens.
And it was also disappointing that she kind of blamed it on her grandmother. Take responsibility for your shortcomings.
Okay, so do you think you know which chef you won't be getting a second course from?
Yes.
I would say I deserve to stay.
I think that Arvin's gonna get chopped.
It's anybody's game right now because the dishes are fairly even.
If I'm cut, that's gonna be ridiculous.
So, whose dish is on the chopping block? Chef Mark, you've been chopped. Judges?
Chef Mark, the overusage of the bell pepper really outshadowed the apricot, the macadamia. The dish fell flat in that respect.
I'm totally shocked. I didn't think that was going to be reason enough to get chopped.
Technically, your dish is beyond reproach.
Yeah.
But the dish really just didn't deliver in terms of what the mystery ingredients were.
Yeah.
Chef Mark, thank you very much.
Thank you. I think it's going to be tough going back to the school and facing my students after they see the show and then they know that I lost in the first round. I'm